Hey everybody, it's Jameson. I'm sitting outside Harbor Freight. I'm about to go in. So I posted on Facebook that I don't go to Harbor Freight very often. It's just, I mean, it's only about 20 minutes away from my house, but it's just not in my normal path of travel, so I don't often come here. But I know that there can be some really good prices on some things, and people have picked stuff up before, and when I posted and asked for recommendations, I got a ton. So I'm gonna go in, check some things out. I'll purchase some, I'll probably just show some to you. And I know it's Harbor Freight. I mean, the quality of this stuff is not the best. It's not necessarily meant for a full-time fuser. I mean, I have some things in my shop, in my studio, that I am surprised how much I paid for them. And I do believe that there is something to be said about what you get what you pay for. And so there is something about investing in really quality equipment. But there's also those times of year where you just need something once or twice, or, you know, it doesn't have to be top of the line. And so I'm not snooty about it. I just want to come check it out. Some of you may never step foot in a Harbor Freight store, and that's okay too. But I wanted to go see what I could find. So we're gonna mask up and go inside and see what we come up with. Okay, they have some great prices on stuff like little organizational boxes. You know, you've got this is something that would be good, you know, if you've got little bits, little pieces of, you know, maybe it's Murini or maybe it's jewelry bales that you want to keep sorted out. I have a couple of these larger ones, and you know, it's just a great little organizational catch-all for all sorts of different things that you end up using, particularly if you do a lot of jewelry. Sorry about the loud music. So here I'm in the Rotary Tools section, and here's a bunch of great examples. Here's a diamond rotary point set. You know, again, I'm not sure that the diamond on here is super strong, but look how many bits you get for 20 bucks. Use your 20% off coupon for even more. There's, you know, this rotary bit set. There's another one here. I mean, in this case, it's $8 for all these tips. So, you know, even if it breaks on you after the first or second time, look how many you've got. And for the money, you know, if you're not doing a lot of production work, you may only need it once or twice. Same with some of these cutting discs, rotary cutting discs, $7. You get quite a few in there. So you just gotta look around. There may be something that works for you. May not work forever, but it could work for now. An angled sanding sponge. So you're not gonna use this on glass, but this could certainly work on molds that you have or your kiln shelf to take off kiln wash. And this is a sponge. It's not gonna fall apart like sandpaper would. Inexpensive paintbrushes. How many of you use that ridiculous hake brush to try to put kiln wash on your kiln shelf? Those things shed like crazy and they're expensive. This is a much better option. Does anybody else look at all of these tools and think about scraping kiln shelves? Careful now, don't gouge your shelf. I mean, if you don't get excited over pegboard accessories and cable ties and the assortments of cable ties, are you really even breathing? Somebody on Facebook recommended these and I love it. I'm gonna buy a few. Easy sorter. So that's a great way to, you know, put a bunch of chunks or a frit or whatever and then dump it right back into your jar. So I love that. $2.99. I'm gonna get a few of those. There's a dad joke in here somewhere, but I'm gonna leave it unsaid. Digital caliper. I use these in my shop to kind of figure out how big my cabochons are and if they're gonna fit in certain settings that I have. With all the cold working equipment that some of y'all use, I wonder if you're protecting your hearing like you protect your lungs with dust masks. This would probably be a good idea for me even. I don't use a lot of heavy equipment, but I do know some of the things I use get pretty darn loud. Plenty of variety of safety glasses to protect your eyes, and it was also recommended by somebody on Facebook that the face shields are good too. Somebody mentioned liking these little clamps for holding something. Sometimes you do need an extra pair of fingers while you're working, and so these are cheap, $1.99 going in the cart. These were recommended, a diamond hone block. It's got several different sides, so you've got different grits, and can be good for a little bit of cold working on the quick. Here's the same thing for $10, but there's just 3 of them in there. For $12, you get an extra grit, and you get a rubber stand for it as well. Lots of items in this area that people really liked. Rare earth magnets and dental tools, little picks, tweezer sets, just all different sorts of things that we can use to push frit and powders around and pick little pieces up. Someone suggested that this stainless steel lock wire was great for making your own meshes to do a mesh drip in your kiln. Can't wait to try that. Okay, I'm done shopping, and I came out of there and spent less than I thought, only about $25. But I didn't need anything, so $25 for not needing anything, I guess, is not a bad not a bad afternoon. You know, what I came away with was some additional ideas. Would love to hear yours, so drop them in the comments. Sorry if some of the video, the music was pumping in there, man, so the music might be loud. I was also speaking a little quietly because I didn't want to draw any attention to myself necessarily, but had fun. This is a good place to go if I need to kill an hour or so on a Saturday afternoon and have a little me dude time. But again, love your ideas, so drop them in the comments below, and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks.